Hello, True Crime Stories family. Welcome back. I just want to acknowledge the strength that the Robinson family have as they continue their fight for justice. They should be able to grieve their loss in peace and get some closure by knowing the people who took Robinson's life are behind bars. The U.S. should have used the Cabo 6 as an example to show criminals that you can't just go to another country and take someone's life, then run home to the U.S. like nothing even happened and no one lost their life. There should have been consequences for them when they got back on U.S. soil, and if the U.S. just don't want to be involved in this situation, they could at least extradite the Cabo 6 back to Mexico at a minimum. The Mexican and U.S. authorities both have enough evidence for all of the Cabo 6 members to be charged with Robinson's death or charged with conspiracy in relation to her death because it was all premeditated. There is text messages and other evidence that can prove beyond any reasonable doubt that they are guilty. They have enough evidence to build a case. The federal investigators have the videos, autopsy report, phone records, social media records, and testimony from people. This sounds like enough evidence to convict the Cabo 6, but none of this makes any sense. The Robinson family was failed by the judicial system. This is what we call a miscarriage of justice. In February, a group of friends, community activists, and supporters of Robinson marched to a local post office with dozens of pink letters in hand calling on Mexican authorities to take action. However, some said movement on the case has been slow, and that's why letters were sent to Mexican authorities to push them to do more. Hopefully, when they get these letters in Mexico, and when the president receives these letters, it won't just be a letter. When they see the pink itself, they'll know it's coming from us, and hopefully it will motivate them to give us some assistance in getting the Cabo 6 arrested, civil rights activist Barnett said. Everybody that was there and at the table needs to come forth and give an account of what happened, Apostle Hilliard said. Robinson's father feels like as the push for action continues, he'll keep fighting for justice. Going forward, the only thing he can do as a father is remember the way he loved her, the way he raised her and tried to protect her. Now he have to stand for Robinson while she's not here and make sure that she gets justice.
Still calling for justice. Several dozen people marched in Uptown this afternoon to demand justice for Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old woman from Charlotte who died in Mexico last October. Queen City News reporter Shakira Speaks joined marchers as they urged Mexican authorities to continue investigating Robinson's case.
Shanquella Robinson's family and friends started the year without her and without any update on her ongoing death investigation in Mexico, and they want answers right now. After a short walk from Little Rock AME Zion Church to this post office on McDowell Street, supporters placed letters in this mailbox to Mexican authorities demanding justice for her.
No justice? Okay. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now.
Calls for justice rang out in the streets of Uptown Saturday afternoon in support of Shanquella Robinson. She was found dead under suspicious circumstances 4 months ago while vacationing with friends.
You got to be loud and be dramatic.
A group of Robinson's loved ones and local activists like John Barnett marched from Little Rock AME Zion Church to a local post office to mail hundreds of letters to Mexican authorities to demand justice for her death.
I came up with the concept of using pink to send these envelopes over to Mexico. I thought it would be creative, but yet eye-catching, because when it drops into the police department in their mailbox, other than the normal envelope being white, this one's pink.
Mexican officials said in November that Robinson's death was being investigated as a homicide and that a warrant for one of the people on vacation with Robinson has been issued. Authorities have not released the name of the individual.
Surfshark is a private VPN company, and it works by encrypting all the information between your computer and the internet, so no one can steal your sensitive information. This means if you are logged into public Wi-Fi at a hotel, cafe, restaurant, or airport, a hacker can log onto that network and steal your data or credit card information, but with Surfshark VPN, your information will be protected. The best part of using a VPN is that you can change your virtual location. If you're in another country, you can use Surfshark to watch Netflix by using a U.S. location. Netflix have the best documentaries like The Murdaughs, a Southern scandal. Surfshark is one of the best VPNs on the market because it's easy to use and you can use unlimited devices for one account. Use my link to get 82% off and the first 2 months free. There is a 30-day money-back guaranteed, so there is no risk in just trying it out. Just click the link in the description box below. Thank you for watching. In March 2023, Robinson's family went to President Biden for help. "I just want someone to be arrested and charged," Robinson's mother said. New details were revealed about Robinson's death as the family started to up the ante on the U.S. to get more involved and started putting pressure on the White House. They took their case directly to President Biden. In a letter to the White House, their attorneys said, "My clients recognize that the U.S. government has many priorities and responsibilities, but believe that intervening in this case would not only serve the interests of justice, but also send a clear message that transnational criminal activities will not be tolerated." Accompanying the family's new letter are explosive documents they claim are statements from the Villa concierge to Mexican authorities. The concierge reportedly offered condolences to a person on the trip with Robinson. He described that person as indifferent and very cold. He said he gave the group room to mourn, but minutes later heard laughter. "It's been a long journey. I think the evidence is there. Someone should have been locked up a long time ago," Robinson's mother said. According to those documents from the Villa concierge, he said he got a text from someone in the group asking if they could get transportation to dinner. But instead, they asked to be taken to an airport hotel. The Biden administration responded to Robinson family's calls to intervene in the case of her death in Mexico. In a letter sent to President Joe Biden and the Secretary of State, attorneys representing the family requested immediate diplomatic intervention from the United States government. Robinson's family's attorneys, famed civil rights lawyer Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, called on officials to release the U.S. suspects to Mexican authorities or request a concurrent jurisdiction to bring charges against them in American courts. "Unfortunately, justice delayed is going to be justice denied in this case," Sue Ann Robinson said. "Every single day that passes, the evidence, the testimony, eyewitness recollection, those things dissipate day by day." The homicide case, which remains in the legal jurisdiction of Mexico, received international media attention and outrage after the viral cell phone video. Sue Ann Robinson said that she and Crump sent the documents and letter to the White House and State Department to close the gap on the administration's ability to say, "We can't intervene because we don't know what you're asking for." Writing the letter and detailing specifically what the ask is, and obviously the background of the case, closes that gap for the administration to make that claim and hopefully is a flag to let them know that they need to intervene in this case.